Greetings all, this is Hairy Nick. How is everyone going out there? Thought I'd make a follow-up video to the release of Wave 4, or the premature release of Wave 4 here in Australia for the game of X-Wing, because there's been a lot of confusion over the last week, and I thought it might be good if, well, being one of the biggest YouTubers to actually have the content opened on their channel. Thank you so much to all the new subscribers since then, having said that. But yes, we have a situation now where we have Wave 4 content out in only Australia. And first of all, I just want to say that I did not know that that was going to happen because, well, I knew that there was a delay, but I assumed it was by a short window, maybe by a week. Maybe some countries had it, other countries didn't, and we just had our stock opened. Turns out, no. It's been delayed by about a month. Well, about a month since we opened it anyway. The new official release date is now July 11th, apparently, according to some communications between our local supplier and retailers. Now, I'm not going to put that particular communication up on the screen here. It's not really for us, general public, but it's been posted on Reddit and Facebook groups and that kind of stuff, so it's not that hard to find. Essentially, yes, FFG shifted the date back to July 11th, but didn't tell any of their Australian suppliers, which meant that it was sent out to shops and put on the shelves and opened, and then there was, I'm assuming, some kind of mad panic, and Asmodee starts emailing Australian going, "Why are you opening these? Why are you opening these?" kind of thing. And the cat's out of the bag, and now we have all the content revealed, thanks to myself and some other Australian content makers, and there you go, that's what happened. So yes, look, ultimately this is very much the fault of FFG. I don't realistically think it's fair to sort of call into question the local Australian suppliers. I mean, you order stuff, you get it, you sell it, that's pretty much a given, unless you're told not to. And it's just one of those things. I mean, I've worked in retail and imports for quite a long time now, actually. This is outside of the gaming world, and we have a saying here in Australia: we are very much, as far as other people are concerned, the arse end of the world. And unfortunately, sometimes we're just not viewed as that important, which is frankly disappointing. Now, I understand FFG, relatively speaking, you compare it to other game companies like Games Workshop or Wizards of the Coast. Yeah, they're not that big. I understand that, but I gotta say, I feel like this is the kind of basic thing that does need to be addressed. With a game like X-Wing, I mean, sure, if FFG were only making smaller games and with minor tournaments, that kind of stuff, but X-Wing is huge. It's one of, if not the biggest miniature squad-based games in the world. I know it was at one stage. I don't know if Warhammer's overtaken it again. But frankly, FFG do need to appreciate the fact that they have frankly bottled lightning. And these kinds of practices frankly need to be tightened up. Not going to mince words, I'm very disappointed with this outcome. I mean, from the point of view of all of us here in Australia, look, for people like me who are heavily invested, it doesn't really matter. We got some stuff early, we get to have a look at our cool models, and they are very cool models, I must say. But for your average punter, your little Timmy or Johnny going into the game shop for the first time, wanting to try out some new stuff and picking something off a shelf, if they happen to get the X-Wing content which hadn't been released yet, well, they're going to be a little bit disappointed. They can't just go over to a table and start playing with it. And that's the key thing. I love what FFG have done with 2nd edition, the way they've completely divorced the points from the physical product, so they are in the app and they can change and power levels can be addressed. It's such a good, healthy thing for the game. And look, I think in the scheme of things, this could be a lot worse. It could have been a proper release or a partial release with several countries getting the content without any points. I do appreciate that. But frankly, look, it's one of those things. If they're going to do the game like this, they're going to have this in the cloud concept with points and all that kind of thing. This frankly has to be better. The screws need to tighten and everything needs to be done a lot more cleanly and professionally. And I just want to close off this video with a request. If anyone from FFG is watching this, or if anyone watching knows someone from FFG, please share this with them, because I want to make a request for the people over at FFG. You have a community of content creators who love this game, or these games, Legion, Imperial Assault, whatever, all the Star Wars content, all the different things you make, and I'd like to offer you something. The release of the past couple of waves have been a bit problematic in that what articles coming out on the last day before the Jedi Starfighter, or in the case of us Australians, on the day when it released. And you had this issue where there was a communication issue with one of your countries and product got out and legally sold before the actual release date. I understand that this is a process that requires a lot of work. You have to work out the spoiler season, you have to work out the release schedule, and it'd be so easy for me to say, oh, yeah, your release schedule's got to be fixed, whatever, but I don't understand what it's like to actually produce minis and cards and put them in packs and distribute them around the world. That must not be an easy thing. But in terms of how these things are revealed and spoiled to the world, that is something that I can help with. That is something that content creators can help with in general. And myself, and I'm sure many other content creators like Gold Squadron, Crabok, and all those guys, would like to offer to spoil new content. If there's anything new in terms of pilots and upgrades or any content for any game, we can help relieve the pressure of the spoiler season and help you with that. Now, I know there has been exclusive products handed out to some content creators in the past. Whether official or not official, that's been a bit iffy. I know there was one example of a content creator spoiling stuff before 2nd edition came out, and it didn't sound like he knew that it was new stuff at the time. So again, let's get the communication working better, and let's actually utilize this community of content creators that you have that you can use. We want to be used. If nothing else, this whole experience of me being one of the major content creators in the world, basically the only one to unbox these things on camera, has shown that people are seriously interested in this kind of stuff. And I think there are things that FFG could be doing, but there's also things that the community can help you with as well. That is my offer. It is on the table, FFG. You can contact me via YouTube or Facebook. I check both of those things very regularly. If you want to get in contact with me, please do. And I know other content creators would be interested in this kind of thing as well. In the meantime, thank you all so much for watching. Do not forget to like and subscribe. Like me on Facebook. Follow me on Twitter and Reddit. Please consider supporting my Patreon as well, the thing that is really keeping the lights on this channel. And thank you so much to all of my existing patrons. You guys are awesome. I'll catch you guys in the next video.